Hello, YouTube. Sorry, I'm really new to this, as you can obviously tell. I'm Mr. Scrubert, otherwise known as Ben Bertrand on the X's and Allies community page on Facebook. I have never done a intro video and really talked about myself or anything like that. I have a decent amount of subscribers on YouTube, and for those of you who see my pictures on the Facebook community page and watch a few of my videos on YouTube, I admit I don't keep up with YouTube as fast as I need to, especially in recap videos and games like that. Just recently, I finished a game with Moose Cow, Scott, on Axis and Allies Facebook page. It was a great game. My hat's off to him. I did lose. My partner Mike, he had to bail out the last 2 rounds due to some things he had to take care of. But we had a great time, great amount of fun, and I had no problem losing. It was a very good experimental game. I got to try some new things with US that I normally did never do, and then they likewise used some unique things with Japan that I've never seen before, and they experimented with some plays in Germany. The German player usually never goes soft on Russia; he usually goes hard, and this time he kind of played a more conservative role for dealing with Russia, which was interesting for him. But it was a fun game all the way around. I had a blast. We had some major battles, the one off the Philippine Islands, and then a big couple battles in the English Channel. So a lot of dice rolling. Both sides rolled really well. The only times that there were some funny rolling was at the very end, like Moose Cow said in his video off of Norway. The AAA gun, he rolled 3 for 3 and got 3 smacks on my fighters, which were pretty much my fodder for my bombers. And that was pretty much it anyway. It was a last ditch attempt. And then down here in Egypt, when Italy tried to take Egypt, he had some goof rolls. He outnumbered me probably 2 to 1 and rolled like one hit, and then I turned around and hit him for 5 or something like that. It was round 2 or 3, I think. So other than that, I had some goof rolls over here in the Pacific. I remember when I was rolling for a couple ships here and there, trying to poke at them. Some like near misses. China has always had a few really goof rolls, but all the way around, it was just a really fun game. And that was just a brief summary of basically the last game you said. It is in underneath the Happy New Year underneath my channel. The Happy New Year BBR3 game is what it's titled under my playlist. If you all want to check that out, as well as I've linked because it got away from me. I didn't get to post any of the recaps except for the first like 2 rounds. I posted all of Moose Cow's videos in there, so you can see them through my playlist, my channel. However, I advise going over to his channel. He posts some really great stuff. He's got really cool house rules that we always talk back and forth about. It's just been really good talking to him and getting some good ideas for stuff. But anyway, again, my name is Ben Bertrand. I live in Missouri, Springfield for right now. By the end of the year, due to some military training and the like, we're going to be, me and my wife, who fully supports me. I have to give a shout out to her. We're going to be moving up to northern Missouri, probably kind of around Kansas City, Liberty area. For you, those of you watching that might be from that area, feel free to send me a message on Facebook and hit me up for something like that. As you can see, this map in front of me is the global. This is the global 36 version 2 map, and I've just started to get into this only because I won it in a contest unbeknownstly. Like I put in for like $15 worth of some new units I needed, and they messaged me like 2 days later saying, "Hey, I won." And I was like, "Well, I never planned on getting into this game, but here I am." I mostly play BBR and the Axis Now is Global 40, which I thoroughly enjoy. I have the new 3.1 version. For all of you that keep up with the chaplain, who I talk to a lot as well, he's hosting a game in St. Louis. Hopefully, I'll be able to go. Some of my painted pieces will be some of the prizes. In case he didn't, he probably put that on his video, I think, if I remember the last time I watched his video. But there'll be painted prizes from me. From what I hear, Detroit and Side Blood, some painted pieces, as well as I think maybe a couple others in there I might have forgotten to mention. And a lot of historical board gaming and combat managers are chipped in as well. It's going to be a big deal. Hopefully, I'll be able to attend. During that time will be the kind of beginning of my military training. So, uh, it'll be up in the air if I can make it. Hopefully, I will be. And if you're going to that event, I hope to see you there. And it's going to be a blast. Um, um, Basically, what I really meant to do this video for is talking about me. I got into Axis and Allies because I was stationed out in Virginia, and out in Virginia, the hunting is kind of harder than it is here in Missouri. And hunting's like my big hobby. Growing up, that's what me and my dad did all the time. Took me out of school a lot for it too. So hunting was my big hobby, and camping. And I didn't get to really do that too much out there in Virginia, or it was twice as expensive for twice as less. So I needed kind of another hobby. And on break one time, I came home, and my uncle, Uncle John, he I don't think he'll watch this video, but if he does, shout out to you. He really got me into the painting, is what side of it, and then the game itself. He had the old original Anniversary Edition, and we played a game. I was home on one of these leaves, these breaks. I think it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, one of the two. And I played a game with him, and his pieces are, oof. Of course, he did this back in the 1980s. Like his pieces were first out there that I know of. I'm sure people were painting their pieces back when the game first came out. But his pieces were like he'd have the grass on like underneath their feet and the dirt, and their uniforms, like if you've seen Wolf Den designs on Facebook, they were a lot like that. He'd have like the patches on the shoulder and like the whole 9 yards. It was really cool, a lot of cool stuff. So I really got into it. I thought it was awesome, and I really liked the game itself, being that I always liked Risk growing up. So I'm only 20 years old, so I'm one of the younger Axis and Allies players, especially for the bigger games like Global 36 and Global 40, BBR and stuff. Not to stereotype it, generally it's played by older gentlemen who like the long games and just the strategic thinking and, feel like getting in depth to it. But I've always loved RTS games growing up. Age of Empires, Empire Earth, a bunch of computer games that were build your empire up and then, go get your enemy. So I found this a lot of fun, and I just played Anniversary. So Anniversary is where I started, and then I painted my Anniversary set, and then that developed into starting to paint my Global 40 set. And then over the course of about 2 years out in Virginia, from beginning to when I started-ish to now, I painted up my entire Global 40 set, and then kept painting, and then I paint miscellaneous pieces and sub them in for new pieces here and there. And then I've gotten a lot of love through YouTube, through Facebook, about my painted pieces every time I post up pictures. To all you folks, thank you very much for your support and your likes. My wife, who supports me, and I love her to death. She is actually going to work on a little bit of a brand for me, kind of like Wolf Den Designs or Dean's Army Guys. There's a few others out there. Sorry if I didn't mention you, but kind of like a little brand like that, and where I can make a little side money as a hobby, because a lot of people like my pieces, and as a few of you know on the Facebook community,